What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we have to look at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. Hopefully you guys remember where we left off yesterday in regards to the fact that we're starting to see potential rallies or runs within most of the major cryptocurrencies, which is what we have to discuss today. You can see here, I made a video yesterday talking about it's official and the breakout for most of these cryptos has actually started. Now, we were looking at them on the 4-hour charts and we did officially break out. This is something we've been tracking for a long time now on the channel. The past couple days, we've been waiting to fill in the gap that we've had within most of these pennant flags and symmetrical triangles. You can see for the past, we can go back a week here, every single chart that I've made has had, you can see a symmetrical triangle waiting to fill in the breakout. You can see here, this is 5 days ago, we have the same symmetrical triangle watching the breakout. Same thing here, 4 days ago, 3 days ago, and then you can start to see about 2 days ago and yesterday, we had the official breakout that actually started. And when I jump to these cryptos, you can actually see that taking place as I speak. You can see here on XRP, for example, on the 4-hour charts, you can see that we've had a pennant flag formation, a pull to the upside, the actual flag forming here, and then here's the continued break to the upside again, a continued movement. Usually these have a bullish bias and have a tendency to break upwards, and that's what we're seeing now. Moving forward to Ethereum, it's a very similar movement here. You can see Ethereum had its pull forming right here, and then we continued to run, and then we continue to break up. Same thing with Bitcoin here. We had a pull just like this. Let me just draw it in for you guys. Just like this, we had a pull in, and then we had the descending triangle, and then we broke up, and the same thing is continuing to happen here. So we had these bullish movements, and we have been able to make profit off of most of these cryptocurrencies, or we're in profit because, you know, some of us have not actually sold out on trades, and I'm waiting to see how that is going to continue to play out because we're starting to dip down. That's pretty much what we have to go over today, but we haven't taken profits just yet. We've moved our stop losses up, or maybe sold a trade, entered back in with a higher stop loss just to keep the momentum moving, but we are starting to see some correction downwards, and that's where we might start to run into some problems, and that's kind of what I want to discuss and go over with you today. Now, with all that being said, if you're interested in learning the trades that I'm making, whether I'm buying in or buying out, definitely stick around to watch the video. With that being said, make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's episode. First and foremost, you can see we're down 0.77%, which is quite interesting. We're kind of restarting these markets right now because you can see for the most part, we did just recently have a break to the upside here on mostly every crypto. Big break to the upside, big break to the upside, big break to the upside again, so on and so forth. It's a continued trend right here. And it's pretty exciting to see that we're starting to see that run. You can see BNB is up 13.7%. Some of these other cryptos aren't as heavily up, but Polygon, Matic is up, you know, and a lot of these are starting to see some correction back to the upside here. Unfortunately, today, in the past 24 hours, we're starting to slide a little bit lower on these cryptos. But again, I don't think it's anything to worry about here. You can see jumping into these major cryptos like XRP, I'm going to just jump to the daily on this chart. I feel like it's a little bit easier to chart this than before here. So you can see for a very long time now, we've been watching what appears to be a beautiful descending triangle here inside a pennant flag, filling in this gap with the same low, the same bottoms here. Every time we fell lower, we hit the same bottom. But we've been creating higher lows. Or each time we head up, it's lower than the last high. You can see continuously here. These higher lows are, lower highs is what I meant to say. Each high that we go is lower than the last one, lower highs. And then finally, we sandwiched into here. Bullish bias usually breaks to the upside. That's what happened 3 days ago. You can see we had this bullish run to the upside here, which is pretty much a confirmation signal to be buying in. It's definitely risky though, only because when I jump outwards, you can see we've had in the past here closure before. You can see in the past here we've had candles in the past close us above this resistance. One time here back in September of 2021 and one time here in November of 2021 here. So this doesn't confirm necessarily that we've had a bullish break. However, if I jump to the weekly charts here, you can see the weekly charts tell a different story. The weekly charts in XRP have not closed above here. We've gotten rejected here. We've wicked above it, but we haven't actually closed above it. And that's very important for the success in XRP's future here. Now, you can see, had we have closed a little bit higher, you know, granted we have about 10 hours left for today, but had we have closed, let's say up in this level here at 51 cents, 49 cents, it would have been an easier buying opportunity. But because we're kind of receding back down, it's getting a little nerve-wracking in regards to where we're trading. And honestly, we could easily recede right back down inside of this, and then we have to wait another week to see confirmation here. So it's quite interesting the way we've been trading. XRP has been quite the difficult crypto to try to make make money off of in the past couple of weeks here, because we've been pretty much sliding inside of here. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks now of just pretty much consolidation and rejection off this top resistance. This week was the only week we actually started to really test it and try to break through, and we were able to get through it, but we don't know just yet if we're going to close here. We need more of a confirmation. We need an actual weekly candle to close us a little bit higher before we decide to go all in and throw our money in. And you can see here, we don't necessarily look too good to be buying in. We did earlier in the week, but you can see we're starting to recede lower, and that's not necessarily a good thing. So we're very close though, and there's a chance now that we're either going to dump to 31 cents or break to the upside here. It's really hit or miss. And I believe we're going to find that answer next week. As for these other cryptos, these short-term movements have been quite profitable, and we've been able to capitalize off this because it was pretty, self-explanatory here. Usually the size of the pole is the size of the run. So if we take, the mouth of the opening here and we apply that to where we were when this broke out, you can see it's pretty much identical here. If I take it again, I just want to draw it in. I'll make it a little bit clearer here, but from the, let's just make it 4x. So you can see from that start to where we broke out, it's literally the same high. So we knew kind of where the height was going to be moving to, and we knew that this is a bullish bias as well. So we did expect to see this rally to the upside. It's also the 4-hour charts that we're trading on, which is obviously a lot more risky and a lot more aggressive. They don't usually last long. However, there's some interesting things we have to discuss. Ethereum finally broke bullish out of this. It actually closed us above our major resistance and moving average, which is definitely a good sign here. You can see the positive movement, the long-term trading, is the fact that we're actually starting to trend outside of here. We've confirmed last week, we closed and confirmed above this major downtrend here. For a very long time, we've had multiple retests of this top resistance here with no luck, consistent rejection. I showed you guys XRP, how XRP had retested it, but had always broken through it here. We've retested it, and we've always gotten rejected off of it, but you can see how this week, we're not really seeing much of a confirmation outside of it. Unlike XRP, Ethereum has done the opposite here. Ethereum's pretty much confirmed where it's closed above. You can clearly see we've had a much stronger closure outside this major resistance, which is definitely a good sign. What we're looking for now, we've pretty much got the answer we needed. I think we're doing bullish long-term on Ethereum now. Definitely not a bull run. We're not entering a bull market, but I think a bullish run in the next couple of weeks. By the end of December here, or mid-December, I could easily see Ethereum moving up to $2,200. Now, I'm not sure. I don't remember if crypto usually swings to the upside here. It's definitely a possibility as we get closer to the holidays here. More money is spent on the holidays, so there's a chance that more money can be moved into the stock market and into cryptocurrency, which I think is likely. We'll see, but I do think we're going to slowly start to move up into about $2,200 within Ethereum's charts in the next coming weeks, which is pretty exciting if you ask me. Now, moving forward here, I just want to jump to, let's see, the 4-hour charts on Bitcoin. I'm just resetting this. The 4-hour charts on Bitcoin show something interesting too. You can see here the mouth of the opening, we had the pole that we started here. We moved that to the breakout. We pretty much hit that as well, which is quite interesting here. The other thing I started to notice, which I don't know if I showed you guys yesterday's video, but I noticed it pretty recently, that we had this uptrend here, which is forming quite well. You can see here every time we pretty much come into contact with it, we've managed to kind of bounce off of it pretty well, if you ask me. And you can see we're kind of, floating a little too high to be retesting it today. But there's a good chance we might come back down to retest it. We're probably going to do something like this. If I had a guess, maybe something along the lines of this. We hit this opening here, and then we move up higher here. Short term, we're overbought. So the reason to start to see correction here is it's pretty necessary. And if I jump to the hourly, we might actually be able to see the trend that's actually starting to take place here. And I can draw it in for you guys, just short term. Nothing too prominent, nothing I would trade on, but you can see here, there's a beautiful descending fractal forming here. I just want to draw it in for you guys. There's a clear descending triangle that we've been pretty much kind of ping-ponging off of here, top, bottom, top, lower highs and lower lows, which also is a bullish bias. We'll see how long this lasts, but usually we see a correction to the upside off that as well. But because we're overbought, or we were overbought on Bitcoin's 4-hour, there's a chance it's going to continue to drop a little bit lower, and then we'll start to see a correction to the upside here. But I'm a strong believer that this might be a pretty solid support in regards to an uptrend we should follow here on Bitcoin, and it should honestly allow us to continue to move up to the upside here. My main focus is going to be on the S&P 500 for this week. I want to see how this trades out. As you guys know, we're stuck in a pretty icy area here. The last time we were in here, we pretty much trended inside of it for quite a while, if you ask me. We were inside of this for a total of almost a month before we were able to break out of it. And we're back inside of that now, doing damn near the same thing. We did hit this top resistance, and we are starting to reject off of that. That's the only difference, is the last time we were here, we didn't have moving average as resistance, and we do have that now. But you can see we reversed off that. So there's a chance that we're either going to continue to trend inside of here and eventually break outwards, or we're going to dump below it here. As you guys know, come the 13th, we're getting inflation data for, I believe what are we in, November? So October. We're going to get inflation data for October, and that's going to be a big indicator on what's going to happen moving forward here. But I do think that we're going to slowly start to move up come the next couple of months here, because we are very low in regards to the way we're trading on the weekly. We were retesting lows, becoming oversold on the weekly charts. We don't normally do that. Last time we were oversold was back during the pandemic. Then we were overbought for the longest time. But every time we typically become oversold, we tend to see a reverse movement back to the upside. And it's kind of what I'm thinking about today. But I mean, honestly, nobody knows what's to come. It's two things. Either we're very close to the bottom and we might have another 5% dip from here, which would be this yellow band, or we're going to slowly start to continue to swing to the upside here. It's hit or miss, but I think we're very, very, very close to the end, and then we can start to consolidate and swing back to the upside here. And I do believe a lot of these major cryptos are nearing its bottom as well for the year, and then we'll enter an uncertainty period and then start to see a reverse rally back to the upside. Obviously, I do all my trades on Bityard, the #1 cryptocurrency exchange. Make sure to check it out. Link is down in the description. You can get free crypto by clicking the link and then clicking mystery box to earn it here, and you can also demo trade here, which gives you 100K in Monopoly money to test your skills. With that being said, make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.